Good afternoon, Philadelphia Graveyard and History. And welcome to the top 10 most famous graves at West Laurel Hill Cemetery, in my opinion. This is the original front gate. West Laurel Hill was founded in 1869 and was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1992. West Laurel Hill was designated as a rural cemetery and is the sister cemetery to Laurel Hill Cemetery in Philadelphia. West Laurel Hill is located in Bala-Cynwyd, Lower Marion Township, Montgomery County, PA. West Laurel Hill was also the first cemetery to ever map its entire grounds on a smartphone. And now we will go to the first grave in our top 10. These are not in order of best to last, just in order of walkability from one to the other. As the first two are very close to each other. The road we're walking down is Memorial Avenue within the cemetery. To the first section is South Lawn. As our first celebrity was Jewish, we will take a rock, wash it off, place it on his grave as is Jewish custom. Please let me know in the comments if I am incorrect with that. And here is our first celebrity. It is radio legend Hyman Aaron Hylet, born May 20th, 1934, died November 17th, 2007. Hylet was an American disc jockey based in the Philadelphia area from 1950 until 2005. He broadcasted on WIBG, WDAS, WKBS, WIFI, and WOGL, among others. His last station was WOGL, Oldies 98, as it was known, from 1998 to his retirement in 2005. He was known as the jet jockey on Flight 99, which was the frequency for WIBG AM. He was inducted into the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia Hall of Fame in 2003. His last show on WOGL was December 11th, 2005. He died of kidney failure on November 17th, 2007. He's buried here with his third wife, Maggie Russo Litt, and his daughter, Bina Martucci. And she was a school teacher. And now we will place the rock on his grave. and that is radio legend Highlight. And now we will move on to our second celebrity, and his mausoleum is right there. Our second famous grave in West Laurel Hill is William A. Breyer, born in 1828 in Wittenberg, Germany. He died July 23rd, 1882 at age 53 or 54. Exact birth date unknown. He is the founder of Breyer's Ice Cream Company, which he started in 1866. He used pure ingredients and fresh fruits to make his ice cream. He died in 1882 of smallpox and was originally buried in Franklin Cemetery in Frankfort section of Philly. He is buried here with his wife, Louisa, and two sons, Frederick and Henry William. Breyer's Ice Cream Company history. Founded in 1866, Breyer's son Henry incorporated the company in 1908. As an independent company, it was then sold to the National Dairy Products Company in 1926. National Dairy changed its name to Kraft Co. in 1968 and Kraft by 1975. Kraft sold the company to Unilever in 1993. And before I started filming, I left him a gift. A pint of Breyer's chocolate ice cream to thank him for his awesome ice cream creation. Thank you, Mr. Breyer. It is still one of the most popular brands of ice cream sold today. And now on to our next famous celebrity in West Laurel Hill. And now we come up to the grave of Philadelphia A's owner, Benjamin Franklin Shibe. Benjamin Franklin Shibe was born on January 23rd, 1838 in Philadelphia. He died on January 14th, 1922, also in Philadelphia, at the age of 83, 9 days short of his 84th birthday. He is buried here in West Laurel Hill Cemetery, Brentmar section, lot 440. He is the co-owner of the Philadelphia A's. Prior to buying the A's, Shibe and his sons worked for A.J. Reach and Company, a sporting goods manufacturer in Philadelphia. Shibe and his sons bought 50% of the A's from Charles Summer. Shibe became the club president. He took on Connie Mack and 2 sports writers as co-owners. In 1913, he made Mack a full partner, giving Mack complete control over the baseball team operations. Shibe and Alfred Wright, the owner of the Phillies, you will see him as the number 8th grave in this video, were very good friends, as Shibe had once worked for Wright. Shibe Park was named for Shibe in 1909 and remained named for him until 1954, when the A's moved to Kansas City to come to Kansas City A's, later moving to Oakland in 1964, where they still reside today. Shibe Park was later named Connie Mack Stadium after the Phillies continued to use the park until 1970, when the Phillies moved into the newly built Veterans Stadium. And that is Benjamin Franklin Shibe and his wife, Josephine. And now we are on to our next grave. And that is of Harry Wright. We are at the grave of Harry Wright. Born January 10th, 1835 in Sheffield, England. He died October 3rd, 1895, age 60, in Atlantic City, New Jersey. He's buried here in West Laurel Hill Cemetery, Green Lawn section, Lot 10. He was a baseball player and manager. Made his major league debut May 5th, 1871 for the Boston Red Sox. His last major league game was September 29th, 1877 for the Boston Red Caps. His lifetime batting average was .272. He had 222 hits and 111 RBIs. His managerial record was 1,225 wins, 885 losses, and 35 ties, for a winning percentage of .581. He was the manager of the Boston Red Sox, 1871 to 1875, the Boston Red Caps, 1876 to 1881, Providence Grays, 1882, 1883, and the Philadelphia Quakers / Philadelphia Phillies, 1884 to 1893. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1953 by the Veterans Committee. He was the first manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. That is Harry Wright. And his marker calls him the father of baseball. Nice bronze statue of him. And now we're on to the next grave. John B. Stetson was born on May 5th, 1830 in Orange, New Jersey. He died on February 18th, 1906, Deline, Florida. He's buried here in West Laurel Hill Cemetery, Ashland section, lot 57, in the mausoleum you see before you. He was a hat maker. John's father was also a hatter and taught his son the trade. He moved out west when diagnosed with tuberculosis. Thinking he would not live long, he wanted to see the West. He didn't like the coonskin caps that got ridden with fleas and thought that a felt hat would be a more lightweight and all-weathered hat. In 1865, he returned east to Philadelphia to re-enter the hat-making business. Stetson hats were worn by many Western icons like Buffalo Bill Cody, Calamity Jane, Will Rogers, Annie Oakley, Tom Mix, also Texas Rangers, National Park Service, U.S. Cavalry soldiers, and many U.S. presidents. And on a side note, my wife's great-grandfather worked at the Stetson Hat Company for many years. And that is John B. Stetson. Grave number 6 in our segment is that of Alexander M. Calder. Born August 23rd, 1846 in Aberdeen, Scotland. He died on June 4th, 1823, age 76 in Philadelphia, PA. He's buried here in West Laurel Hill Cemetery in Ballackinwood, Pencoat section, lot 200. He was an artist and sculptor. The son of a stonecutter, he studied carving at the Royal Institute of Arts in Edinburgh and also in Paris, France, and London, England, where he worked on the carving of the Prince Albert Memorial. In 1868, he went to Philadelphia and studied at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts with Thomas Eakins. In 1873, he began a 20-year project to design and execute sculptural decorations for Philadelphia's new City Hall. This is his most significant work, and the elaborate statues and panels of statesmen and early settlers form perhaps the most ambitious decorative ideas ever executed for a building by a single sculptor in the United States. The bronze statue of William Penn, standing 37 feet tall, placed atop City Hall in 1894, is a well-known landmark in Philadelphia and was until 1987 the highest peak in the city. He also sculpted the equestrian statue of General George Gordon Meade in Fairmount Park behind Memorial Hall. Also buried here is his son, Alexander Sterling Calder. He was born on January 11th, 1870 in Philadelphia, PA. He died on January 7th, 1845 at the age of 74 in New York City. He was also a sculptor like his father, and he was also trained by Thomas Eakins at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. The best known sculptures by Alexander Sterling Calder include his legendary depiction of George Washington on the Washington Square Arch in New York, as well as the Swan Memorial Fountain in Philadelphia. And that is Alexander Calder and his son Alexander Sterling Calder. Now we move on to our next celebrity. And that is a truly awesome Celtic cross. Number 7 on our list is Hobey Baker. Born Hobart Armory Hare Baker on January 15th, 1892, right here in Bala-Cynwyd, Montgomery County. He died on the 21st of December, 1918, at age 26, in Toul, Lorraine, France, during World War I. He's buried here at West Laurel Hill Cemetery in Bala-Cynwyd, Rockland section, lot 12. He's a Hockey Hall of Fame, outstanding hockey player for Princeton University from 1910 to 1914. He joined the Lafayette Estoril 103rd Aero Squadron during World War I and was awarded the Croix de Guerre. He was killed in a plane crash just prior to his scheduled homecoming. The Hobey Baker Award, given to the top college player in the U.S., is a memorial to him. And the inscription reads, Captain, 141st Aero Squadron, AEF, died in Toul, France, December 21st, 1918, age 26. And it says, you who seemed winged, even as a lad, with that swift look of those who knew the sky. It was no blundering fate that stooped and bade you break your wings and fall to earth and die. I think someday you may have flown too high, so that immortals saw you and were glad, watching the beauty of your spirit's flame until they loved and called you and you came. There are tons of hockey pucks given to him over the years. And Princeton's hockey arena is a wonderful venue named in his honor. And now we're on to the next one. Number 8 on our list is that of Alfred James Wright, born on May 25th, 1840 in London, England. Died on January 14th, 1928, age 87, in Atlantic City, New Jersey. He is buried here at West Laurel Hill Cemetery in Bella Cynwyd, Franconia section, lot 54. A Major League Baseball player and team owner. A 19th century baseball player, team owner, and founder. He was paid a salary in 1865 to play baseball, thus becoming the first professional baseball player in Philadelphia. Founding member of the 1876 National Association, which was the first organized baseball league. Played for the Philadelphia Athletics of the National Association for 5 years. In 1883, along with John Rogers, financially backed a new baseball team in Philadelphia, the Phillies. He hired Harry Wright, number 4 on our list, to manage the team. He ran a sporting goods store in Philadelphia and was responsible for the invention of the Court Center baseball. I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see his name on the top. And we'll walk up the hill and see his name on the actual stone. And he is the second name on the stone. This is a family vault, so there are many family members buried in this lot. And that is the first owner of the Philadelphia Phillies. And now on to the next one. Number 9 on our list is the great legend of R&B, Penergrass. Born Theodore DeReese Penergrass on March 26th, 1950 in Philadelphia. He died on January 13th, 2010, age 59, in Bryn Mawr, Montgomery County. He's buried here in West Laurel Hill Cemetery, Franconia section, lot 147. Rhythm and blues singer and songwriter. He was a major figure in the American soul and rhythm and blues genre as both a singer and songwriter in the 70s and 80s. With hits that include Close the Door, Love, TKO, Joy, and It Should Have Been You. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he started singing gospel music in Philadelphia churches at a young age and became an ordained minister at age 10. He soon taught himself to play several instruments, and he joined several local musical groups in Philadelphia. Penergrass' professional music career began when he was a drummer for the Cadillacs, which merged with Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes in 1969. Later, the group signed with music producers Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff on the then CBS subsidiary Philadelphia International Records in 1972. He eventually launched a solo career and released hit singles, The More I Get, The More I Want, Close the Door, I Don't Love You Anymore, Turn Out the Lights, and more. Teddy Penergrass was the first African-American singer to sell 5 platinum albums in a row. On March 18th, 1982, in the Germantown section of Philadelphia, Penergrass was paralyzed when the brakes failed on his Rolls Royce and his car hit a tree. Paralyzed from the chest down with a spinal cord injury. He spent 6 months in rehabilitation. After completing physical therapy, he returned to public appearances on July 13th, 1985 at the historic Live Aid concert at JFK Stadium in Philadelphia. In 1998, he released his autobiography entitled Truly Blessed, which is also the inscription on the top of his grave marker. In 2006, Penergrass announced his retirement from the music business. In 2009, Penergrass entered Bryn Mawr Hospital in Bryn Mawr, PA for treatment of a rare illness related to his paralysis condition. He later died there a few months later from complications following surgery for colon cancer at age 59. During his musical career, Teddy Penergrass received several Grammy nominations and awards, including Billboard's 1977 Pop Album New Artist Award, the American Music Award for Best R&B Performer in 1978, and awards from Ebony Magazine and the NAACP. He founded the Penergrass Institute for Music and Performing Arts to assist aspiring performers and also supported causes that champion the rights of the disabled. And now we'll zoom in on his marker. And the inscription is already here for his still living wife, Joan. And that is Teddy Penergrass. And now on to our last one, number 10. And now number 10. The man, the myth, the Philadelphia legend of Flyers hockey. The chairman, the owner, the founder, Edward M. Snider. Owner of the Philadelphia Flyers. Ed Snider was born January 6, 1933 in Washington, District of Columbia. He died on April 11th, 2016, age 83, in Santa Barbara, California, at his daughter's house. He's buried here in West Laurel Hill Cemetery in Bella Cynwyd, Devon section, Lot 1. Hall of Fame professional hockey figure and philanthropist. As founder and chairman of the Philadelphia Flyers, he was responsible for the beloved and feared team referred to as the Broad Street Bullies, who captured 2 Stanley Cup championships in 1974 and 75, and consisted of star players such as Bobby Clark, Bernie Parent, Bill Barber. Additionally, his teams appeared in a total of 8 Stanley Cup finals. Edward Malcolm Snider was born to Jewish parents. His father was the proprietor of a grocery store chain. Ed earned his degree in accounting from the University of Maryland. Initially vice president of the Philadelphia Eagles, Snider ventured on his own to land a professional hockey franchise in Philadelphia when the National Hockey League was leaning towards expansion in the mid-1960s. Thus, the inception of the Philadelphia Flyers resulted. The team clinched its first postseason berth during the inaugural season of 1967 and 68. Additionally, Snider was the driving force behind the venue, the Philadelphia Spectrum, which was home to both the Flyers and 76ers basketball team. And he also founded the early cable television network Prism in the Philadelphia area to air his team's games. His charitable contributions were limitless, as he formed the Ed Snider Youth Hockey Foundation, which benefited high-risk inner-city children. In 1980, he was the recipient of the Lester Patrick Trophy for his contributions to hockey in the United States, and was honored by the Hockey Hall of Fame when he was inducted as a builder in 1988. Additional honors include United States Hockey Hall of Fame, the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, and the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame. And this is probably my favorite grave in the whole cemetery. And I will zoom in to both the Flyers logo on the back wall and the inscription on his stone. And I would personally like to say thank you, Mr. Snider, for giving us the Flyers, which we will continue to support forever. And there you have it, my top 10 graves of famous people in West Laurel Hill Cemetery. In my opinion, there may be a lot more. And as an honorable mention, I will also put a link to my video I did on U.S. Associate Supreme Court Justice Robert Guider, who we did a few months back. So I ask you to please like, subscribe to my channel, share, comment. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you, and have a great day.